reporting for duty. We don't have time for anything else. Let's get started. All right. So last time we were on the SSN, and we need to get started in terms of taking out some of these trainers here. So let's get a move on that. All right. So I thought in the original game that Arcanines were like relatively rare, and you always see the like rich dudes with them. Although this guy has a Nidoran here. But the prior one I remember had a Growlithe. I have also never understood why, like, the AI trainers don't evolve their Pokemon when the level is ready. You know, I know, like, in the actual anime, you've got the whole thing where, like, Ash's Pikachu refuses to end up evolving, but generally speaking, I don't really understand the premise. I mean, I guess maybe if it's your, like, favorite Pokemon, like, let's say, for some reason, Squirtle's your favorite Pokemon and you never want a Blastoise or anything like that, then I guess that makes sense. But other than that, as far as like competitive advantage and whatnot, doesn't really make sense to me. I do know that they'll learn move sets earlier. So it's like if you keep them in the lower evolved state, they'll learn some of the better moves at an earlier level, but it's a huge trade-off for not taking the evolution line. In my opinion. Let's see. If she throws out more Pidgeys after this, I'm going to switch to Pikachu and keep his level going. Because after the third gym, we're going to have a chance to go grab some of the... Oh, what do you call them? The evolution stones. So let's think. We're going to need... We'll need a Thunderstone to get our Raichu. I have to debate. I know I was talking about it in one of the previous episodes. I'm looking at doing, for the Eevee line, I'm looking at doing a Vaporeon. Jolteon's my favorite of the bunch, but given we already have, oh my Christ, given that we already have a electric type, I don't need another electric type. Just thinking practically, so. And we certainly were going to be using Charizard as our main fire. So. I swear to God, I hate the like sand attack moves. The ones that lower the accuracy in the first gen. They were so ridiculously overpowered in terms of the number of misses that you end up taking. It's ridiculous. This is actually a good chance to rack up all the money that we need, because we're definitely, when we get to that fourth gym, that town, the amount of shopping and expensive stuff there. I think the evolution stones themselves, if I'm not mistaken, are like 2,000 a piece or something. So you definitely need cash on hand to move your evolution lines up then. And we can't forget we've also got that Abra sitting back at the what do you call it? The daycare trainer. So I have to pick that guy up at some point and evolve him into a Kadabra. But unfortunately, because I'm playing on an emulator, I'm not going to have an easy time trading back and forth to get an Alakazam. So that's one of the nicer parts about using like the virtual console on the 3DS or something like that. Or using the original games if you have a Game Boy Link. So interesting to think back in the day that when you had to trade, you ended up like manually hooking the Game Boys up with a trading link cable and had to like stand right next to the partner you were going to trade with in order to get your evolutions to go. So, because I very clearly remember doing that. I have my Game Boy Pocket. I remember my first. So my brother had red, and I had blue, and then we each that it was a Christmas. That Christmas, we each got. My godmother bought us Game Boy Pockets. They were like a glacial ice blue color. I should actually buy one on eBay just for the sake of having the original system set up that I used to have. But anyway, on the side there used to be these little ports, and you would take a link and you would link the two Game Boys up to one another so that you could trade and send the Pokemon back and forth. Same thing for battling. So it was long before you had, Wi-Fi connectivity in the handheld systems, and as a result, it was you had to be in the same physical location if you wanted to do trades, and you had to have the proper cable to do it. And I think I remember there was something where there were like glitches where you could start the trade and then you could like pull the cable out or stop it halfway through. And I thought there was something where you could duplicate a Pokemon or something like that. I can't fully remember, but I thought it was like, let's say that you wanted to trade a starter, right? So like I have a Charmander or a Charizard and I wanted to trade it. And then you initiate the trade, and then partway before the system actually registers that you've traded your Charizard away, but the other system has picked it up, you could like do something where I thought you ripped the cable out or you stopped the trade partway through. And I thought, I could be totally wrong, I thought there was a way that you could actually duplicate the Pokemon. So there were a lot of, despite how great it was, there were definitely some glitches in the first gen. But that was part of what made it fun, was having some of the glitches. So probably the best known one was the, what do you call it, the missing no glitch, missing number glitch, which was a glitch where you would go out, you can't do it until almost the end of the game, but you go out to Cinnabar Island, and then you use Surf up and down along the coast of Cinnabar Island, like the right-hand side of the coast. And as you're doing that, it'll glitch out, and sometimes you'll end up seeing this, it just looks like a bunch of weird digitized, almost like a QR code. And it says missing number appeared. And then you basically knock out the missing number, or they always said you don't want to catch it, because catching it, I should have switched to Pikachu. Catching it ends up like potentially screwing up the data in your game or something like that, and you're really far along, so you don't want to screw up the actual data that you have there. But I think if you knock it out, or you run away from it, there's some trick where it's like I don't know if it's the 7th or the 8th item in your bag, you'll basically duplicate it so that you have hundreds of it. You'll get like 99 plus. So inevitably people would turn around and they'd make duplicates of Master Balls so that they could catch, the Mewtwo and the 3 birds very easily. They would make duplicates of rare candy. I remember doing that, because then it was like your leveling was basically done. You didn't have to do any of the grinding after that. So you'd have to grind your way up to Cinnabar Island, but then you could just basically feed a bunch of rare candies to your team and you'd get them higher levels. So, it was cheating. It was taking advantage of the glitch, but it was still fun to do. Maybe I'll show, when we get to that point, inevitably, I'll try to show the missing number glitch. I thought one of the kitchen trash cans had like a great ball or something in it. There we go. So I'm guessing soon we should be able, because I know we could buy the upgraded potions. So it was like the super potions were available in the 3rd town. So I'm guessing at some point we should start getting access to being able to buy better Pokeballs for catching Pokemon. Is this the guy that shows you the Snorlax? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Sailor. I should switch Pikachu to the front, because we're probably going to be running into more and more water Pokemon as we get further along on the ship here. I gotta keep an eye on the time. I gotta wrap this up in a minute. Right. What am I doing? I'm Pikachu out. But anyway, I remember trading with those cables, and that was always fun. Because I do remember there were 4 of them in the first gen. So you needed it to get, what was it? To get the Machamp final evolution, to get Alakazam, to get Gengar, which is another one that's going to break my heart that we can't get if we can only go up to a Haunter. What was the last one? There were 4 of them. I'm trying to remember the last in the evolution line. Machamp, Gengar, Alakazam. This is going to drive me crazy. Oh, I will definitely learn Swift. Let's, yes. Growl. We do not need Growl. Right. What was it? What was it? It wasn't Poliwrath, was it? That's a Water Stone. No. I'm trying to think. It's definitely a 3-line evolution. And it only... The 3rd line will only evolve when you trade. It's not Dragonite. That's just really high level. I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. I feel ashamed. All right. This is going to be our last battle. We'll grab whatever's in this Pokeball, and then I am going to conclude this video, and then we'll pick up. We should be able to fight Blue, the rival, in the next one, and then we should also be able to get to the captain and get our first HM. So we should get Cut in order to cut down the bush in front of the 3rd gym. So the ship's probably going to take at least, my guess would be another 2 episodes before we get through it. But we'll see what we can do here. Good, just the one. Alright, I'm going to need to heal up my Charmeleon and my Pikachu a little bit. So that is it. I will see you guys for another episode, hopefully really soon.